This is Jimi Hendrix, and this is episode 33. It's not about team on Empower Your Pattern. Did you know that there are success patterns to help you that desire more? That desire to enjoy a better and extraordinary life? Well, I'm Jimi Hendrix. I am a motivational speaker, success and thrive coach. I am a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Come along with me. Let's go. Okay, guys. You've heard from a variety of people. You've heard from Bishop Dave several times, and you're going to hear from him again. You've heard from a variety of people and a lot of different perspectives on entrepreneurship. But now we're going to go to Significance Row, okay? Because we're going to listen to who I consider to be one of my mentors from afar, Dan Clark. And what he has to say makes perfect sense. So I hope you guys are ready to really enjoy what he has to say and get ready to soak it in. And at some point in his presentation, I will either do his play his entire presentation, or at some point I will stop and give some insights of my own. So, without any further ado, Dan Clark.
We take time to understand our customers and our personal relationships. It really boils down to team. How many of you agree that it's all about team? Cool. Wrong answer. It's not all about team. Teams lose, Cleveland Browns. Teams lose, my Oakland Raiders. Teams lose, New York Yankees. Didn't even make the playoffs last year with the highest salary base in the professional sports. Are there companies going bankrupt right now as we sit in this ballroom? Yeah. And they have a team. Whoever said it's not whether you win or lose that counts probably lost. You go to Cleveland, they have the smartest, most intelligent, deserving fans in the entire world. Home of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I love Cleveland. Their fans deserve more. A couple of years ago, the Cleveland Indians only needed to win one more game to go to the World Series. They lose 3 in a row. There's a new bumper sticker. Go Browns and take the Indians with you. Let's talk. You always hear speakers say there's no I in team. I didn't know it was a spelling bee. There's no I in team, but teams lose. And if you want to play the spelling bee game, I'll play it. No I in team, but there's 2 I's in winning. First I represents independent individual preparation. A commitment to 7 C's, clarity. My involvement with Chicken Soup, everybody wants to know, what's the secret? What's the secret? I want to write a new book. There's no secret. It's being clear about what we want and attracting it. If we don't like what we're attracting, change what's attracting it. 7 C's, the law of attraction, intention. Clarity, character, confidence, consistency, change. Cause, once you answer why, figuring out the how-to is pretty simple. Chemistry, at the end of the day, it's not what you do, it's who you do it with. Second I in winning represents interdependent collaboration, which is a commitment to 3 more C's. I call these 10 C's the 10 commitments. I tell people that all we have to do is live the 10 commitments, and we create winning families, winning organizations, winning companies, winning relationships, winning schools. The last 3, contribution, giving it everything we've got when less would be sufficient. Cohesion, making everybody else around us better, so when they leave, they say, I like me best when I'm with you. I want to see you again. And the 10th C, the 10th commitment, conclusion, focus and finish. Anybody can make a presentation. The idea is to close the deal. To help you understand the difference between a winning team and a losing team, knowing that the winning teams now have more I players than the losing teams, that yes, you were right, it is about team, but the teams that win have the greatest number of individual I players on them. Realizing that I've been in Super Bowl locker rooms right before kickoff, and the silent prayer of every athlete is, please don't let me be the weak link. Please don't let them run 95 yards through my 3 feet of real estate to score the winning touchdown to defeat my team. Please don't let me be the wuss. Don't let me be the weak link. Don't let me be the weak franchisee. Don't let me be the one that badmouths the entire brand that all of you have worked so hard to elevate to that highest level. Understanding the power of the I in team. Let me take you to the National Football League and quickly in comparison contrast 2 teams, first place and last place. So that when you leave the convention today, you will be better equipped to answer once and for all, why are you here? Why? Knowing that once we answer why, figuring out how to is pretty simple. Who is here from Florida? Cool. In the early 1990s, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers were the worst team in professional sports. Not just football, basketball, badminton. We have our friends from Canada here. A good curling team could have whipped their entire organization in the early 1990s. Have you seen curling? Apparently a couple of drunk Canadians went into a Yukon bar and said, hey, we can make the Olympics. Let's combine housework with bowling, and at least we'll never be accused of using performance-enhancing drugs. Congratulations, Canada. A good curling team could have whooped the entire Tampa Bay organization. They lost 13 games in a row, and their coach, John McKay, thank God he had a sense of humor. After their 13th loss, the sportscaster says, so, Coach, how do you feel about the execution of your team? He said, I'm all for it. Walk with me through the headquarters office door of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That year they lost every single game. Last place, coagulated group of losers, and the saddest thing, no one cared, not even ownership cared, and they have a team. I walked through the headquarters office door of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and here was my first impression of their so-called I players. The receptionist was sitting behind her counter, chewing her cud. Had on a cool little headset, big cud. I'm standing there in person on hold for 5 minutes while she's talking to her friend Shirley on the telephone. And I'm thinking, I'm not going to get into my appointment. Maybe I ought to just write down the address and show up to the party.
And you know, in many ways, it's not about team. It's not about team. Because teams lose, Dallas Cowboys. Teams lose, my Texas Tech Red Raiders. Can't even seem to get to the playoffs lately in this year in football or basketball. You know? It's funny. When Dan Clark was talking about the weakest link, I remember when I was at a conference, network marketing, back in November 2005 in Dallas. And a man by the name of Chuck Getchell did this talk called Don't Be the Weakest Link. And he was likening it, I think, to Olympic swimming, I think. Swimming I'm familiar with. You get out there, you know. I'll say this as a man who played, who was in high school swimming. I go out there to that qualifying heat, and my prayer is, don't be the weakest link. Dear God, please don't let me be the weakest link. Now, granted, I didn't win any medals. But here's something I didn't know until maybe a week or so later. My first invitational swim meet in Abilene. The coach had told the campus newspaper and the campus yearbook that I led, it seemed like, the whole pool area in Abilene to standing ovation. And Coach said that there were tears in the teammates' eyes. See, I agree with Dan Clark. There's the I in team, as in winning. You know, a team is winning if someone has a little independence and autonomy to help grow the business to be the best they can be. But at the same time, collaboration. I have your back. I've seen some winning teams, and I've seen at least one. I've seen one winning team in network marketing. Where I went to the convention in Dallas, and it was obvious. They greeted me warmly. They said, "We have your back." And I've had other teams where it's kind of portrayed, "Hey, what's wrong with you?" So, I gotta be honest with you. I like working in teams, don't get me wrong. But I have to agree with Dan Clark about this, isn't it? It is not about team. And in many ways, especially with our reactive culture is, their cry is, it is about team. Mm-hmm. Win, lose, or nothing, it is about team. I remember, I guess it was about 21 years ago. It was Thanksgiving Day. I was with my family. And a family friend said, "Well, James, can you tell who's winning in the game?" I said, "Well, I'm sorry, sir, I'm not paying attention." He said, "What's the matter with you? Any red-blooded American male would watch the game." But you see, it's not about teams. It's about, can the team collaborate together with everyone having enough autonomy to help the team win, to pull together, to have each other's back. It's easy to see who's the winning teams and who's the losing teams. When I was going to Texas Tech back in the first time was in the mid to late 1990s, and the second time was in the early to late 2000s. And the team was good. It was tough. And nowadays, I don't know, it's like it's gone downhill. If you're gonna have team, you need to have a team with a winning attitude, okay? It's gotta have team with winning attitude, because if you don't have team with a winning attitude, you got a problem. Because in my view, you don't have a team. And it goes along with what Dan Clark says, it's not about team. He says that also in his book, The Art of Significance. And that's why I'm calling this series, this last part of this first season, Significance Trail. Because there's going to be a lot of wonderful things of significance for you to begin to understand. I hope that you find this helpful. Hope that you've enjoyed listening to Empower Your Pattern. If you like what you hear, please subscribe and become a part of the Empower Your Pattern community. If you want to, and you'd like to have a complimentary coaching with maybe some other coaching in the future, you can contact me at amjameshendrick.wordpress.com. That's amjameshendrick.wordpress.com. And that first part of that website is all lowercase, one word. You can get a hold of the contact information there, whether it's email or it's phone call, and I'll do my best to take care of your needs. Until next time, do what others don't so you can be what others won't. Do what others don't so you can have what others can't. Choose, act, pursue happiness. God bless you.